Well, hello and welcome back. Export 12 here, and today we're just continuing on a game of Dyson Sphere program. So, last we left off, we increased the iron production by throwing down a couple of planetary logistics stations, one for iron plates and one for the magnets. And today, well, we're going to take it one step further and actually work on steel and a few other things here. So, steel, it's not going to be too hard. First off, we just need to actually leave a bit of space here, or make a bit of space for the steel production, and figure out exactly how I'm doing it. Just copying and pasting down the blueprints for them. Also, making sure I'm leaving enough space so I can actually mine later, mine the veins that are over there. So, just did that, leaving about a bit of space and actually getting everything set up and going for. Well, let's make sure that we have the planetary logistics stations actually set up for the appropriate ones, and also realizing, okay, I don't need half the spray coaters. Then I just went and quickly grabbed the resource for the spray coaters, just got them made up, and continued making building up everything that's been made. Still takes a bit of time. Also went through and made sure that all the arc smelters had the appropriate recipe, namely for steel smelting. Which, you see, it does take quite a bit of time to produce everything. It also doesn't help that I don't have enough mecha core production or energy production. So I'm just thinking, also don't think at this point that I need to improve that a bit. But so I was just going through and making sure that everything works here. So after a bit of quick work here, just make sure all that's running. We just then need to connect everything up to power and make sure that it all works. Or also need to make sure that I had the appropriate outputs being set up properly. So, just going through and making sure that they all have power here. Because the curvature and also is how it is, few of the spaces need their own tester towers down to make sure they're working. And then, yeah, I started looking that up, and because I hadn't actually connected the power up, the swords weren't starting to pull things in. So I was thinking, oh, the swords aren't working, must have got them placed the wrong way. And so I spent quite a bit of time trying to debug that, and also try being able to paste blueprints on top of each other, which is annoying because it can't really do that. Then I figured, might as well just actually have them connect to the power and then the point I realized, oh, yeah, that was a bit of a mistake, removing all those sorters. So I spent quite a bit more time trying to figure out if I could place it down. In the end, I started to actually place down sorters, and then screw it. I'll just remove it all and build it up again. It's just been quicker that way, instead of me just going through all of them and building it up. So, did that, and because I also had quite a bit more energy, the construction drones are actually able to build it up a lot easier and faster there. And also looking at here, I realized that, yeah, the steel smelting, it wasn't using up all of these arc smelters. It was only using up a fraction of them, so figured, I might as well just remove the excess here. So, removed all those, came over and got the third line going in working, and yeah, just make sure that everything was running smoothly, which it was, so we're all good there. Then, with that done, I realized, came over here going to where my initial iron smelting was, going, I can actually remove, with the plan to actually remove everything I'd done here, because I didn't need it there anymore, because I had way more smelting or processing of the iron further back where I just made. So, went through easily, just got rid of all the conveyor belts that were connecting up, and then got rid of all the arc smelters here. Which means the next thing I had to do was figure out where I'm going to place the planetary logistics station. First I thought I was going to put it up here, then I realized it's only going to be 3, so why have it there when I can actually have it right in here and actually nicely get things connected up in here. And also had to make sure that it was set up properly for like iron magnet coils and magnetic rings and steel, and set them up for demand, and also make sure that they're outputting. But with that, we actually had those coming through there. I figured, well, I still have these iron vein being mined here, so add another one down and just connect these all up to another planetary logistics station to provide iron and whatnot. So quickly went through, did all that, made sure they're all connected to power, and also saw there was this coal vein back here as well, so I figured might as well get that one going as well. So quickly just plonked them down, need a bit of foundation to get a few more in, so did that, placed it down, and then just connected them all up with a bit of conjuring with the belts, but we got everything actually up and connected here. Took a little bit to go through and do it, but it's all well and good. And then just, oh yeah, it also started to run out of like some belts there, so I need to go back and grab a few more, connect them up, make sure that the planetary logistics station was set to the appropriate ones there, to what it was supplying, and connect up with power to everything there. And we can see, yep, that's all running. And then it got to the point where I figured, yeah, I've expanded a lot. I need to get way more power. So, figured, might as well start thinking about expanding the power production again. And we also just got an advancement there that first mineral deposit got depleted, so that's cool. So, preparing this area for the thermal power plants down, I just placed some foundations and thinking, hey, I'll just copy and paste this down. But the fact that I didn't actually quite fully prepare it, and also there's that iron vein in the way, I couldn't copy and paste it down, so figured I can try doing it on the other side. But then there's a reason why I didn't initially do it on the side. It was that coal vein there. Wouldn't have been able to easily get a line out there. So I figured I'll just go through, well first off, to actually get the power plants, I just need to gather enough of the resources, which was like 120 magnetic coils, gears, and a few, like, some stone blocks and iron, or was it steel? Stone blocks and iron, I think it was. So, just went through, gathered up all these materials, and then made sure we had enough to make 30 thermal power plants. Yeah. Then I got a bit lost trying to find my way back, but which happens quite a bit. So just did that. I went to place it down and realized there's still a few things I didn't remove here, so I could easily place all like 15 of those thermal power plants down there. So got them down, and then had to do a quick part of just throwing down enough transport belts to, the line of transport belts to provide power everywhere. So went through, did that, and yeah, got that running. But that was only half thermal power plants. At this point, I figured might as well get the anodized graphite coming out, and with everything being set up and done, going, okay, let's get the second line down the other side. So went down as far as I could here, left a bit of space so I could actually add the miners in there. And it's just determining the best way of how to go about this, going, oh, I could just expand it out a bit more, going, oh, I don't like the look of that though. So I just added those there and added the actual one on the end, so that works. So we have a full belt of anodized graphite making its way out, down there. Just had to go through and connect this source up to the mold there. And so, with that done, as I was flying around looking about what to do next, I realized, wait, that planetary logistics station on the right has a free spot. So why am I using a whole one just for the proliferator fluid when I can just grab it from out here, bring it over, and feed that into this planetary logistics station here? So did that, set it as a supply for the proliferator fluid, and plunked in all those proliferator fluid we had elsewhere to bring up a bunch of space in the inventory. And then, after we got that flamed about, figured I did get the X-ray cracking, so I figured might as well figure out how I'm going to do this. So I was testing out a few spots, thinking, oh, I could put the cracking here. Gave that some serious thought, but figured it wasn't really an easy way to get the resources over to there. Still throwing up some ideas about it, but kind of gave up on this spot because couldn't really figure out a good way to get it set up. And tried toying with a few other spots, thinking that maybe I could do it down over here. Thinking, but there's not much space down here. Won't be able to get too many of the cracker or oil refineries in here. So I thought maybe if I go up close to the pole, I could get more space in there. So I did give a bit of thought here, going about that, but then I realized it's too close to the pole. It might want a bit more space. So I then came back down to that spot. Second spot I decided for, and going, this will do. I'll just throw 3 down and like that, and get it connected up. So easy, just diverted from the hydrogen line coming down there, and then just grabbed a quick refined fuel line, shoved it over the belt, and then snuck it in there as well. So after that, I just went through, a few things here, make sure everything's running, and then taking the hydrogen out from here and pulling that onto one line. I feed that, get that going onto another line, and then I think I feed that onto the I feed that back into the hydrogen area. But first I need to get a bit more transport belts because going through a lot of them. Bit of considering we got hydrogen being fed back into here. And then just one last thing I need to figure out what to deal with, and that was the energetic graphite. Initially thought, hey, I could throw it into this planetary logistics station here. But there's a problem. That was a demand station. I want to actually supply it as a supply station, so I couldn't really use that one. So figured might as well just throw another planetary logistics station down here. Couldn't quite fit in there, so reroute a few things and set this up as a supply station for energetic graphite. Got it feeding out the energetic graphite and made sure all the resources being fed in. And we have like 3 of them being made. Just noticed now, one of those sorters wasn't actually powered. Well, yeah, that's fine. After that, I figured I might as well set up a planetary logistics station for all the other fluids. So I like how I actually got the sulfuric acid through there. It was like a squeak through got working, but then we got the hydrogen in, and refined fluid was easy to feed in. And going here, realizing, all the hydrogen's going to the planetary logistics station. What I actually want to do is have it come prioritize towards the X-ray cracking. Any extra can go to the station. So I just quickly fed that up and fed it in. And because we also had the hydrogen being supplied from the planetary logistics station, I can actually come to the one down here where I was demanding it, or having the line come down, and feed the hydrogen in there. And request from that other planetary logistics station. So I did that, connected up, and bam, just make sure that everything's running over here. Then I also realized, I then went into here and figured, okay, I need to increase my energy capacity and energy regen. So just grabbed a few more researchers, namely for speed, the core, because I needed that to improve the energy generation. And then here I was just trying to figure out the best way to get the energy graphite over. So we shortened the distance down to this copper one here and fed that into the reds, the energy matrix production. Made sure that everything was set up properly and just waiting until we got a decent amount of energetic graphite coming through there. And so once that got done, I figured, what else can I do? Well, previously I did get the, what was it? Yeah, previously I did get the interstellar logistics station, so figured let's get that going. So move the solar panel production and also the logistic drone production as well. And figured, okay, I just throw it in like I was doing before. Interstellar logistics station down in here. Have that feeding into a chest, which is only for like having one stack. And then try to figure out exactly how to go about making the logistic ships. And I also need to get the logistics drones up and running. And realizing, oh, I need the titanium alloy, so might as well just quickly get that done. So through a planetary logistics station down here going, it's supplying the titanium alloy, needs titanium and refined fuel, I think it was. And then coming down going, okay, how am I going to set this all up? Because I don't exactly have enough space to be able to do it like that, so there, because there's just no way I could actually organize that to be able to easily feed in and out like it once there. It's been way too long trying to figure it out, but there wasn't really an easy way. So I just figured, screw it, let's just go all on one side. So I went all the way down, expanded it out a bit more so I could actually have 8 going on, and feeding using various sources to feed them in. Just make sure they're all set to titanium alloy, and then also wondering why this wasn't working. Oh yeah, the steel that was needed. Wondering why isn't this working, then realized, oh, I needed one more object, and that was sulfuric acid. So I figured, can I place it down here next to it? And going, no. Then I tried expanding out a bit of space and going, nah, just screw it. I'll just throw it on the other end, feed it down into here that way, and had the sulfuric acid coming in over there because we do have a station that's supplying sulfuric acid. So get it going, and immediately we get the titanium alloy being made. So that's great. So the titanium alloy being made, I could head back over here and actually get a few more things set up. Grab a bit more space, so I had planetary station for titanium alloy. Get that being fed into the interstellar logistics station going, or interplanetary, whatever. And we get a bit being made. Now we just need to figure out how I'm going to have the logistics drones going down. Mainly, first off, I need the thrusters, because, yep, figured, yep, we'll have the thrusters feed into the logistics drones, and forgetting that the reinforced thrusters don't need thrusters as a base, as one of the ones. I was going, huh, that's the case. I eventually did figure out, remember that, going, that's the case, I might as well just do what I was doing before. We'll have the thrusters feeding into the logistics drones, which then will get the reinforced thruster production. But first off, we made sure that we had the logistic, oh, yeah, everything actually coming up nicely, and remove the steel, and because we had steel coming in, so might as well go, yep, let's get steel coming in over there. And this is where I went for my final design here, going, okay, we'll have the logistics drones feeding into a chest, we have another chest for the logistic ships, and then we'll have the logistic ship production and then reinforced production down there. So just me going through and making sure that everything was connected up. I also forgot there that the thrusters, they don't need iron. They just need copper and circuit boards, I think it was? No, circuit boards and steel for thrusters. The drones needed the iron and the electronic circuits, I think. So, oh, the processors, that's right. Just making sure that everything's connected up, which was a bit of a pain. But saw there the logistics ships need and the reinforced thrusters both needed the titanium alloy as well, so got that coming in. And this was the electromagnetic motors or something. which the reinforced thrust is near, so just got that being connected up and feeding in. Set a limit for steel because we don't need a full thing of steel there. Just made sure everything was actually feeding proper ways in, and then yeah. So with that, I'm going to say thank you all for watching. If you liked what you see and want to see more I do, you can always comment, like, subscribe down below. You could also come join me over on twitch.tv/export12. I stream there every Monday through Friday. And yeah, other than that, thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful day, and this is Export12 signing off. See ya!